There is a moment that decides more than we think. It is not the moment when everyone is watching. It is not the moment when the music is loud, the goal feels exciting, and confidence is easy. It is the quieter moment, the one when you are tired, the one when your mood is average, the one when the old version of you whispers, skip it, delay it, let it slide. In that moment, you're not just choosing an action. You're choosing the kind of person you're practicing becoming. That is where real strength is built. Not in dramatic speeches, not in perfect plans, not in waiting until you feel unstoppable. Real strength grows when you choose direction over impulse, when you take the small, clean action even while your emotions are pulling the other way. Most people imagine discipline as punishment. They picture a hard life with no joy, no flexibility, no room to breathe. But discipline at its best is not a cage. It is a form of self-respect. It is the way you tell yourself, my future matters enough for me to act with care today. It is not about being harsh, it is about being honest. You do not need to transform your entire life in one heroic afternoon. In fact, that is usually the trap. We get inspired, we raise the target too high, and then when we cannot maintain the impossible pace, we call ourselves failures. But growth is not built by emotional explosions. It is built by repeatable choices. A 10-minute walk when you wanted to stay still. A focused hour when distraction was calling. A glass of water before another careless snack. A calm response instead of a defensive one. A page read, a message sent, a room cleaned, a promise kept. These things look small from the outside, but inside, they do something powerful. They restore your belief that you can guide yourself, and that belief matters. Because confidence is not just a feeling you wait for. Confidence is memory. It is the memory of seeing yourself follow through. Every time you do what you said you would do, even in a small way, you leave evidence behind. Your mind starts to trust you. Your goals stop feeling like fantasies and start feeling like instructions. But when you keep abandoning yourself, the opposite happens. You may still dream big, but deep down you do not fully believe your own words. You say, tomorrow I will change, and some quiet part of you remembers all the tomorrows that disappeared. That is not a reason to hate yourself. It is a reason to rebuild carefully. Start by lowering the drama and raising the consistency. Do not ask, how do I fix my whole life? Ask, what is the next honest action? Not the flashiest action, not the action that impresses people, the honest one. The one that moves you 1 inch closer to the person you say you want to be. If your body has been neglected, the honest action may be a short workout, a better meal, or going to sleep at a reasonable time. If your mind has been scattered, the honest action may be putting your phone away for 30 minutes and giving one task your full attention. If your confidence has been damaged, the honest action may be keeping one tiny promise today and refusing to speak to yourself like an enemy. The point is not perfection. The point is alignment. Your life becomes stronger when your actions and your values begin to match. If you say health matters, give health a place in your schedule. If you say learning matters, protect time to learn. If you say peace matters, stop volunteering for unnecessary chaos. If you say your dream matters, stop treating it like a hobby you only visit when the mood is perfect. There will be resistance. Expect it. Resistance does not mean you are on the wrong path. Sometimes it is just the sound of an old pattern losing control. The first days can feel uncomfortable because your brain loves familiar habits, even when those habits are hurting you. Laziness can feel safe. Distraction can feel comforting. Excuses can feel logical, but comfort is not always kindness. Sometimes comfort is just a soft place to stay stuck. You are allowed to struggle. You are allowed to move slowly. You are allowed to have days where the effort feels heavier than usual. But do not confuse struggle with failure. Struggle often means you are finally training the part of you that has been ignored. Think about anyone who becomes strong in a real way. An athlete does not gain endurance by avoiding fatigue. A musician does not gain skill by only playing what is easy. A student does not gain understanding by quitting at the first confusing chapter. A person rebuilding their life does not become steady by waiting for every fear to vanish. They practice inside the resistance, and so can you. Not by bullying yourself, not by pretending pain is fun, but by learning to stay present when things are difficult, by breathing, resetting, and doing the next piece, by saying, I can feel uncomfortable and still act wisely. That sentence can change your life if you live it. Because many people do not need more talent. They need more tolerance for the gap between starting and seeing results. They need to keep working when the mirror looks the same, when the numbers barely move, when nobody claps, when the reward is still hidden under the surface. Seeds do not look like forests. Foundations do not look like skyscrapers. Early practice does not look like mastery. But the hidden stage is still real. The work counts before it is visible. So stop demanding instant proof that you are improving. Look for quieter proof. Did you return after a bad day? Did you choose again after slipping? Did you speak more calmly than before? Did you finish something you used to avoid? Did you catch the excuse before it became a decision? That is progress. You're not weak because you fell into old habits. You are human. But you are responsible for the next move. Do not waste your energy building a courtroom in your mind. No endless trial, no dramatic sentence. Notice what happened, learn the lesson, and step back into your standards. Recovery is not weakness. Rest is not quitting. Adjusting the plan is not failure. The goal is not to become a machine. The goal is to become someone who can be trusted with their own life. That means you learn when to push and when to pause. You learn the difference between an excuse and a real limit. You learn to protect your attention, because your attention is the doorway to your future. What you give it to, you slowly become. Give it to complaining all day, and your spirit shrinks. Give it to comparison, and your confidence gets noisy. Give it to focused effort, and your life begins to gather shape. Give it to gratitude, and you remember you are not starting from nothing. Give it to practice, and ability grows. Today does not have to be legendary, it has to be real. Choose one area where you have been drifting, not 10 areas. 1. Name the next action so clearly that there is no place for confusion to hide. Then do it. Maybe imperfectly, maybe slowly, maybe with doubts still standing in the room. Do it anyway, not because it is easy, but because you are done negotiating against your own future. And when you finish, do not rush past it. Let yourself register the win, quietly, maturely. This is how self-respect returns. Not through noise, but through evidence. Tomorrow, repeat. The next day, repeat again. Some days you will do more. Some days you will only protect the minimum. But the minimum matters when it keeps the chain alive. One day, you will look back and realize that the version of you who felt stuck did not disappear all at once. That version was outgrown through choices, through patience, through effort nobody saw, through moments when you could have